All right, y'all. Two peas in a bong in the building again. It's your boy DP.
It's your boy KP.
And surprise, surprise, motherfuckers, it's your boy Bong.
Got the whole squad back in the building.
Yes,
Last week,
indeed.
man, we didn't get a chance to talk about the NCAA
Mhm.
tournament and what was going on with the Final Four, leading into the Final Four, actually. But Bong had made a uh, mention of something last week, which was we had all number ones
Yeah.
in the Final Four. So, what y'all think about the seating? Is that shout out to the committee, or what are we saying here? Like,
Shout out to the NIL collective
Hey,
because it
uh,
seems as though they got their money worth.
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Did you guys expect that to be the Final Four?
I tried to stay away from that because four number ones almost seems too obvious. So you're like, nah, I don't want to do four number ones.
Okay,
So because of that, I stayed away from it when I was filling out my brackets.
okay, all
um,
right.
I was one of those people that said, "Hey, the NCAA, the mid majors are catching up due to the one and done rule, due to the NIL, and so on and so forth." So I was one of those that had to. I was like, "Hey, man, I stand corrected. Like four number ones go. That means that NIL is good money if you're a mid major. It's great money if you're a blue blood, right?" So you know who's got the money, man, because Duke is definitely a blue blood,
Mm-hmm.
um, and has its money. Florida is a powerhouse in basketball and is known as a basketball school, and they clearly have some funding. Houston, shout out to Houston
Mm.
because Houston, um,
Finally getting over that hump.
finally getting over the hump and finally getting a chance to play in a natty, man. Shout out to Houston for real, man. That was, I know we're probably about to get into that in a second. That was the greatest, one of the best comebacks in NCAA tournament history.
Yeah.
Against one of those blue bloods that you keep mentioning, you
Yeah,
know,
man. Yeah.
The
Duke.
team that I thought Duke was the best team still in it, and had
I,
been
I thought
saying,
that game was over. They were up by like 14, right? At one point.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were up by 14 with 11:54 in the second half, and then they were up by 14 with 8:17 left to play in the second half.
Yeah, I thought that game was over.
Hey, as it started coming down the stretch, now I don't know if you guys watched the game, but as they started coming down the stretch, there was a sequence that turned the game when they were making their run. Kev, help me through it. I believe there was a flagrant foul.
It was
Do you remember?
it was a technical foul on
A,
Joseph Tugler.
okay, a technical.
He reached over the baseline.
No.
Oh,
Florida.
you're talking about for Duke.
Yeah, for Duke. For Duke.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay, yeah.
So
What's the dude's
somebody
name? The
somebody
grad transfer. I know you're talking about light skinned guy.
Mm.
Mason Gillis.
so I forgot what happened, but essentially I think they made a basket, got
Yes,
free throws, and got the ball back.
yes, that was Mason Gillis.
So, and they were down maybe like 13, 14 at the time. And it was that, I think so they scored two. I think they made one out of the two free throws and then they got a basket. So that's 5 points.
Hmm.
And my sons, I'm watching it with my sons and they like, oh, it's over. My oldest son
Mhm.
guessing he about to go do something else. And my 12-year-old is like, oh yeah, it's over. And every time they scored, I'm screaming through the house, we got action.
Mhm.
Hey, we got action. So man, it's coming down. I think they cut it to 6, cut it to 3. I'm looking like, oh shit, we really got action. So I'm
Mhm.
sitting here going crazy in the house. My sons is like, oh man, this is wild. Then we had that sequence of two plays, bro, where Proctor Duke is up 1.
Yeah.
It's a 1-and-1. He goes and misses the front end of his 1-and-1. Houston gets the ball back. They come down. Their big man, it looks like one of the dudes from Goody Mob.
You talking
Roberts,
about yeah, you talking
Robert,
about
Juwan Roberts.
Juwan
Yeah,
Yeah,
Roberts. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He comes and he gets his 1-and-1, and he makes both.
but that was off of, was that the Cooper
That was the
flag
Cooper flag loose ball
loose
foul.
ball? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So you go from Duke missing their 1-and-1, but again, that was great coaching because Proctor is only like a 65% free throw shooter.
And knocked them motherfuckers
No, no,
down.
no,
No, no,
no,
no.
not
Proctor
no.
missed.
Proctor,
Oh,
Proctor
oh,
Proctor.
I'm
missed.
talking about
Yeah.
Robert.
Yeah,
Roberts, yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Because
Roberts,
Roberts is 60 something,
68
right?
or something like that.
yeah,
60. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
But Proctor
You
is
said
a
Proctor. My bad. I thought you was
yeah,
talking
no,
about
no,
Roberts. Yeah.
Proctor is a bad free throw shooter, and they fouled him, put him on the line, and you could see the pressure. The pressure was on his face. Like, hey, missed the front end of the 1-and-1.
Mm-hmm.
Houston gets the ball back. They get a loose ball foul. Their big guy goes and stares down 2 free throws, hits both. Now they up 1.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
now is the moment of truth. Cooper Flag, #1 overall pick. Everybody has him keyed in as we all should. And I think fatigue really played he made a good move. He
Yeah.
got
Because for
loose.
somebody like him,
Got away with a
that's a
hook.
good. But I'm saying placement wise, where he got open, where he took the shot for somebody
Yeah,
like him, that's a
yeah.
good shot.
That's a knockdown.
I knock it down.
And it was straight. It was just
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
It was straight, but it was short. And I think fatigue, what I'm saying? Like he's gassed
Yeah.
and probably mentally deflated just seeing them walk them down.
Right.
Uh, so to
He's a
see,
hooper though, man. I
he's
give him credit.
nice.
He
Yeah,
is.
he's
He's
a
He is.
nice.
hooper.
He
He's
is. He
nice.
is.
So to see that happen, man, that was kind of crazy.
I,
To see
I
them take that
I don't know
loss.
if y'all saw afterwards. At some point they kind of zoomed in on Proctor and Cooper Flag, and Proctor was just like, "My bad, man." Like he had that
Yeah, he
that
got that.
that defeated, like Ubang was saying, that defeated look, but he was like, "My bad, man." Like he knew it was on him, but
Yeah,
you know, and those are the moments, man. Like in front of that grand of a stage, in front of everybody,
yeah,
these young dudes, it's either you win or you lose. And then when you like, you go all the way back. I was pretty sure y'all would say y'all was rocking with the Fab Five,
yeah.
right?
Sure.
Like we all know what happened with them. Those are moments that are hard to live down. Like,
The Chris Webber timeout shit.
and then oh boy at North Carolina uh in the ACC tournament with the
Mhm.
lane violation. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
can't
Recent,
recall
just
his.
recent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm just saying like moments like that, or just the simple things where it's like not simple, but the moments where you miss a shot, you miss a free throw. Like with Proctor, like he's gonna feel some type of way about that for a long, long time, dog.
Hey,
But
Kev, you were talking about on Houston's side what could have been that where he touched the ball out of bounds,
that's
and you see him he hitting himself in the head like, damn, that was a brain fart. You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah,
was his name?
yeah. That was Joseph Tugler.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
Joseph Tugler. So I actually took notes on this, right?
I know. I was about to say, get your notes right, Kevin Fitzpatrick.
I
Come
took notes
on
on
now.
this because of the way that the game transpired. So 11:54 in the second half, Cooper Flag hits 2 free throws, puts Duke up 14, 56-42. Then right after that, Emmanuel Sharp hit a three for Houston, cut it down to 11. With 8:17, Tyrese Proctor went 1 for 2 from the free throw line, put Duke up 14 again. The ensuing possession, LJ Cryer hit a three-pointer to cut it down to 11. At 3 minutes and 3 seconds, this is when I thought it was over. Cooper Flag hit a three-pointer to make it a 9-point game. And I'm like, okay, it was 64-55 with 3:03 left. Houston didn't score until 2:05. And that's when Emmanuel Sharp Emmanuel Sharper hit a layup to make it 64-57. Then Houston scored again at a minute and 27 seconds to make it a 5-point game. Now at this point, I'm thinking this is like I'm looking at Kelvin Sampson because
Mm-hmm.
at this point you're looking at coaching. What are they going to do? And at that point, that's when Kelvin Sampson became a master. That was like master class coaching because Houston fouled with 126 left to play, and Cooper Flag made both free throws, making it a 7-point game. At 7 points, that's a 3 possession game. With
Mm-hmm.
it being 3 possessions, you take 35 seconds. That's 90, which is that's 90 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
105 if we're
Yeah,
being.
yeah. Which is really close to that 126 mark. If you're holding the ball for that extended time, not even counting an offensive rebound. If it's an offensive rebound, it's virtually over on an offensive rebound because the clock resets, right? So, um, there was it's a 3 possession game. Um, from there, Houston, I'm thinking Houston's got to press, and if they don't get the steal, they've got to foul.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the ensuing possession, Emmanuel Sharper hit a 3-pointer after Cooper Flag hit the free throws. He hits a 3-pointer to make it a 66-61 game. And then after that, you had, instead of the immediate foul, that's when Joseph Tugler reached over the baseline and hit the ball away from Zion James.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a technical foul. So with that, because it was a violation and the ball wasn't in play, you get a free throw and you can select whoever you want as the opposing. Duke was able to select whoever they wanted, put them on the free throw line for their one free throw shot. And then after that, um, Duke got the ball out of bounds, but they took it out at half court, not on the baseline anymore. So they selected Con Knipple. Con Knipple hit it, made it a 6-point game with a minute 14 left to play. So when that happened, though, I looked at the Houston bench. Kelvin Sampson crumbled like a piece of paper floating in the wind. He was like, just you could you could see the panic on Houston's face. You could see the players going off. You could see Tugler thinking, "I blew it. It's
Yeah,
over. Why me?" It looked like he wanted to crawl into a hole. That's what it
absolutely.
looked like at that moment.
Yes.
But when Duke got the ball, they did an ISO with Con Knipple. They put Tugler was guarding Con Knipple. So now it's like, you made this bonehead play.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're about to fold in this moment or you're about to rise to the occasion. Con Knipple looked like he beat him to the basket for a layup. Tugler beat it off the backboard, like made a play.
Yeah.
So at that point, and that was with 47 seconds left to play. So, Houston secured the ball. And after Houston secured the ball, Emmanuel Sharper hit a 3-pointer with 33 seconds, making it a 3-point game. Now at 33 seconds, and Houston called a timeout. Now at 33 seconds, I'm still thinking you got to foul because they could hold the ball for 30 seconds and you only have 3 seconds to get the ball back. Or if they hit the rim, offensive rebound, reset, game over. So I'm thinking you have to take the foul. But instead, when they made their timeout, they brought in some substitutions. They pressed, forced a steal, and Tugler, the one that got the violation, ended up getting the block. He
Mm-hmm.
then scored to make it a 1-point game.
It was a putback. That was the
Yeah.
putback, right?
So
So the
yeah,
missed shot, he comes with the
yeah,
putback. Now it's a 1-point game, and this is
25
where
seconds.
where
Mm-hmm.
shit got tricky.
And so it's 25 seconds. At this point, I'm thinking, damn, you know what? If only Houston didn't get the technical foul that Tugler got. Ugh, now they're in trouble. It's a 1-point game. So
Mm-hmm.
then they decide to foul. They put Tyrese Proctor on the line. He misses the free throws. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that the skirmish for the loose ball between Roberts and Cooper
And
Flag,
Flag.
I thought that that could have been a play on.
Like a no, yeah, and
Yeah,
a lot of
I,
people were pointing to that as a point of
yeah, I
controversy.
thought that
But
that could have been a no call. However, they made the call, and now all the pressure is on, Jawan Roberts.
hmm
He went to the free throw line, knocked down both free throws, and put them ahead by one. And then afterwards, Jawan Roberts on defense on Cooper Flag. Yes, it was an excellent move by Flag. Flag also hooked. Jawan didn't sell the hook, didn't, oh, I got hooked. He
hmm
played tough and contested the shot. So, yes, it was a good look, but it was also a good contest by Jawan Roberts. And, fortunately, the shot didn't go in. Houston secured the rebound. LJ Cryer made two more free throws to make it a 3-point game. And
the turnovers and
yeah,
the
and rest,
steal and the inbounds and the
yeah.
putback dunk and
So,
Hey, look, and
and
there's
so
a lot of stuff.
now
it's
in the
Cujo.
so in the last 3 minutes and 3 seconds, Houston outscored Duke 15-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Duke.
Hey, like
I'm not gonna say that Duke gave him the game because like Bong said from jump, Houston walked him down.
Yeah,
Like Houston was like about that business in the end, but there were some plays that Duke kind of, you know,
hey, and my man looked
fucked
like
up.
Cujo. It's Cujo. Cujo
Oh,
from
from
Goody Mob.
Goody Mob. Yeah, yeah,
Like Cujo from Goody Mob, man. But
yeah.
yeah, man, that was it was all heart too.
yeah,
Like that's the crazy thing. That's where, I'm saying, will that's a game where will beats skill, man. Like, and it like a lot of times it never plays out that way, right? The better team, like you have I know we'll probably talk about, talk about it for a hot second. Um UConn from the women's side, they just steamrolled through everybody and it was never close, right? But I don't even know if it was just like they were trying to make it something and then it really became something, but they kept talking about how Duke hasn't been tested. Everything, they just steamrolled everybody, and when they're tested, will they be able to, like it's hard for teams that haven't gone through those tough 2-point wins, 1-point win, come from behind wins. When you're just steamrolling, when you run into this motherfucker that's, like, hey, listen, man, I'm gonna put up some resistance, and I feel like I can walk you down or I can beat you, regardless how much more skilled you are. I just have more heart than you have. Like, what are you gonna do in those situations? And it's crazy because nobody believed. And then if you look at how just the psychology behind sports. Most teams, you said Duke was up with by how much with 3:03 left?
they
Nine.
were they were up 9. Yes.
Up nine. Cooper Flag hits the three. You know he's going crazy, talking about, yeah, doing this little shit. The psychology of it's not, these aren't professional athletes. These are amateur, well, not anymore, but these are,
It's still
NIL
amateurs.
indicated
It's still,
yeah,
NIL taking care of that or
yeah,
muddy in the waters, but
right. But these are still college students, not career professionals.
Mhm.
Psychology says you're going to, in the back of your mind, say, "Man, this shit's lost." Like you said, coach already folding like a tent on the sideline. But what I'm saying, you had a few dogs out there that just refused to lose, and like that shit is like, it's like what do we call that shit? Just, like when people just cliche. That shit is cliche. Oh, motherfuckers refuse to lose. Nah, them motherfuckers said, "Hey, the South got something to say."
well,
even though
look,
even though Duke in the South.
yeah, they in a different South, not the dirty part. Hey, but look, something that I ain't really hearing a lot of people talk about too is who put Houston out last year. You guys know
Mm-mm. I don't.
Who?
Duke.
Mm,
Oh,
Duke.
mm.
this is that
So
get back.
s- right. So when you said something about the psychology of it, that made me think about that. Like what they lost to them too. So it's a
Yeah.
I know Roberts was I don't know how many players were there from last year's roster that are still on this year's. I know they lost the point guard,
Yeah.
Houston, but
Yeah.
Roberts was there last year.
Crier was there. LJ
And he's
Crier.
one of the leaders. So he out there like we ain't losing to these motherfuckers again. So one of them dogs,
Yeah,
bon, could have been him. That's like,
yeah,
nigga, I ain't about to lose again, nigga. They put us out last year. Like that,
yeah,
that is momentum. And again, the Duke players like Flag and all them, you inherit the beef.
yep,
What Kendrick say? You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
yeah,
You inherit the beef, homie. Like it's nothing you could do. You had nothing to do with last year. You was in high school,
Yeah.
yeah,
but you inherited, and that probably has something to do with it too. When it comes down to the will, I'm saying right, like when you get to a certain point, and it's the who has the more hell nah in them. Like hell nah, this shit ain't
yeah,
about to go down like this, and it was Houston.
One
yeah,
one thing that I looked at with these teams. So you look at Houston, you look at Duke. Um, they were prepping for a national championship in the preseason, in the off season, during the summer workouts. I read something recently that said Houston's men's basketball team ran an average of 5 minutes and 19 seconds in the mile. So
Hmm.
that's like the new thing that coaches are doing at a lot of these programs. They're making the team run a mile, and depending on the position that you play, you have to finish in a certain amount of time. I know that Duke did it because they showed Cooper Flag. It was on Instagram, it was on social media.
Hmm.
It showed him doing it, and I believe he was in the low fives. Um, I know that
Were you in the low fives?
me,
Yeah, what's your mile?
I hadn't ran. I haven't ran a mile since eighth grade. And so let me say this: when I ran my mile in the eighth grade, I ran a
You-
5:34.
they didn't make you run it in high school?
Nah, nah, they make
Wait
me
a minute. Hold on.
We
no,
no,
The
no,
first
no. We didn't have to. We didn't have to run that
no,
shit in high
no,
school.
no, 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 no.
no,
Y'all didn't, Bong. The basketball team, nigga. Yes,
no,
we did.
no. We
Your
ran.
memory,
We
your
no.
memory is
Listen,
lost.
listen.
It's
Hold on.
okay.
No, no.
It's
Listen.
okay.
No, listen.
You
Listen.
usually remember a
No,
lot,
listen.
but
Listen. We
your
ran. We
memory is
ran.
lost
We
on this.
no. Listen. We ran on the track, but we didn't get timed. We were running the
May,
straightaways, and,
maybe maybe not timed, but you
yeah,
had to run a mile, homie.
we were.
You
We
were
were
running
run. We
miles.
were running
You
this.
weren't running a mile. You were running
We
miles
were sprinting
with
the
an S.
straightaway.
So what the fuck
We
are
were
you
sprinting the
talking about?
straightaway. I'm saying timed. We were sprinting the straightaway and jogging the curves. That I do
Okay.
remember, but we weren't timed.
Okay.
So I no, I haven't been timed since I was in eighth grade.
Well,
I
let's
read,
say let's say you haven't been timed
yeah,
because we were definitely
yeah,
running those motherfuckers.
yeah, I haven't been timed since eighth grade. I ran a 5:34 in eighth grade, by the way.
That ain't
Um,
shit.
I,
Backing up.
but I was,
Hey, look. Wait, before we go forward, hold on. I gotta say this, George. I couldn't have said this shit any better my damn self. He said I've always disliked Duke, but I've liked some players, i.e. Grant Hill. For me, Grant Hill was a hooper back in the day. But
man,
since he was on Duke,
you
it
like
was like
Thomas
whatever.
Hill. This ninja like Thomas Hill,
But he
man.
said, as a kid, I rocked with UNLV, Grandmama, Stacey Augman, Greg Anthony, all them. So I'm with you there. And then the Fab Five. It was F Duke. Yes, George, definitely with you. Shout out to you. I don't know
Yeah,
if these brothers, I think Bong agrees. I don't know
yeah.
where KP
Uh,
is at. He's still trying to figure
I
out his
look more
eighth
like a
grade mile
dude.
times. He
Hey,
might have been rocking with Duke. I don't know.
Man,
now, now y'all know.
you was a Thomas Hill fan, Wayne. Stop telling I mean DP. Stop telling
Yeah.
these people, man.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
listen. Now y'all know. I went to school in North Carolina, North Carolina Central University, the Eagles. But in Carolina, listen, man. There's people that rock with Wake Forest.
Mhm.
Obviously, at the HBCU level, a lot of folks fuck with Wake Forest because of his connection to CP3, Chris Paul, being from
Yep,
Winston Salem,
yep, yep, yep.
affectionately known as the Trey Foe out there in NC. But outside of like fucking with uh, Wake Forest because of CP3 or fucking with NC State because of Julius Hodge.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think did Josh Howard go to Wake Forest too?
Yes, he did.
So
Yeah,
Josh Howard he from Winston too. So
yeah,
Josh Howard, Chris Paul, like I'm connected to dudes that's connected to them, so I know like the lineage from Winston Salem is runs deep in Carolina. But outside of those personal connections, or I think Julius Howard is from New York, but he had
yes,
you know
he
what I'm
is.
saying motherfuckers fucked with him at NC State when he was there. But
Hey,
outside
look,
of that,
Bong
man,
talking about I'm connected to dudes, connected to dudes. Hey, I'm shutting up. This about to be a
hey,
Rico put together on this nigga. I'm over here like
try to
I don't
we
hear
might just
nothing else.
we might just get hit with the Rico. No, but but outside of those little relationships, it's Carolina and Duke. Like
Yeah,
No,
that's
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah. Those are the big two
and
out there.
everybody. And now, don't get it twisted, man. I got some of my family, my Carolina family, that fuck with the Duke Blue Devils. Uh, you know what I'm saying? My brother Lito, he's my oldest son's godfather. You know what I'm saying? My kids know him as Unc. Like he's a huge Duke fan. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
it was close.
But I got most of my family though. You know what I'm saying out there, they all rock with Carolina
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
Carolina just resonated more with the inner city than
Come
Duke.
on,
It was
Rasheed
always,
Wallace,
yeah, come
Vince
on, man.
Carter,
BC, Stackhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Ed Cota.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah.
Come
And then you
on,
talk about my
Hey
era
man,
when I was there. When I was there, it was Rashad McCants,
Rashad
Sean,
McCants. Don't forget about McCants.
Sean May, Raymond Felton, Marvin
Felton was a
Williams.
beast. Marvin Williams was a beast.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. So it was for me. The hood fuck with
Don't
Carolina.
Julius Peppers. Don't forget about Julius Peppers
JP
was up in there.
two sport player.
Yeah.
I'm saying, hey, quick story, man. Saquon Barkley, they were interviewing him a little while ago, maybe a month ago or so, and I forgot who was interviewing him, but he said that his welcome to the NFL moment was he was he was running and Julius Peppers popped out and put his hand like inside his pads right
hmm
here on the shoulder, and then they blow the whistle to stop the play, and he tries to move his hand, and Julius Peppers' hand doesn't move, and he said he said that was the moment that he knew the difference between weight room strength and grown man strength,
yeah.
and it's probably in his words, is the most humbling experience he's ever had in the NFL.
Especially if you trying your hardest, like, nigga, get
Yeah.
your oh.
He tapped it after that. All right.
Right?
Good play.
Hey,
Good
you
play,
gotta
brother.
act like you wasn't trying to move it. Like,
You're right. Come on, man. Stop fucking with me. But yeah, man. Shout out to
uh,
Julius Peppers, number 90.
Hey man, I was more so yeah, I was more so Duke than North Carolina. And honestly, we were this close to try and Duke out this year. So yeah, Kevin nearly hit that Duke and
hey
went to
man, but
Duke, but it's
that's different, man. If your kid is gonna go play for the school, that's a different situation. You telling me you were on the side of Duke when you were a kid
uh
with the Fab Five?
no, 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 no. I'm talking
Oh,
about I'm talking
okay.
about I'm talking about between
I'm
Duke
like,
and I'm talking about between Duke and North Carolina.
oh, okay, out
Okay.
of those two,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
talking
I
about between
give
yeah.
me some clarify it,
Yeah, man. Nah,
please. I'm like, what? Wait, what?
man.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
KP, I was about to say this is the first time I ever heard you say this shit. What the
Right.
fuck's
Right.
going on right here?
Yeah.
This is my confessions.
Yeah, damn.
Here
Shit.
But
you
Hey,
with the
shout out to
confessions,
engineer
man.
in the building. We see you.
engineer was good. Was good. Was good.
Engineer
Um,
got jokes.
Wi-Fi Nirvana.
Hey,
Be on the
he in
lookout.
the building today, man. He
Yeah, 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 yeah.
KP's Wi-Fi is in the building today.
Yeah, man. Got
Uh,
the
Hey,
rats working overtime, man. I
yeah.
threw some cheese in there, man.
there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. There
Hey,
you
hey, it ain't hamsters no more. It's some
Nah, it's rat.
rats,
We got some
nigga.
rats in there, baby. Coming up.
them New York, hey, them New York
You
City,
said I got the rats working over.
them New
Got the
York City rats,
rat.
them subway
Absolutely, man.
rats.
Got the rats, man.
Yeah,
Oh shit. Hey, you know what's crazy, man?
they
So
don't
I
need
went to
cheese. They eating burritos.
but I went to New York, man. I went to New York to visit my brother. And do y'all remember when we used to sit the bags of trash
Yes,
on the
I know
sidewalk?
what you're about to
Yeah.
say.
Those motherfuckers still do that shit.
Yeah,
Ah,
And it's like, how do you not expect to have
with the metal garbage cans like Oscar the
the
Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch shit?
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, some of it is just out there in the bags. Like I'm like,
yeah.
yo, dog, y'all gotta
So
get them.
as much as much hype as New Yorkers give New York City, I think it's one of the most overrated cities in the country just because it stinks. Like literally, not
We
not
about to
no 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 no. Hold on,
niggas about to
hold
be
on.
like, fuck these niggas, B.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about the air quality. Like the air, it literally
Oh, okay,
stinks
okay.
because it's so condensed and like you said, trash everywhere. I think Times Square was definitely Times Square at night is definitely one of the greatest things you can see. I remember just seeing some like you have like the Asian tourists that come in and they have their cameras out taking pictures, but it's like all you see is bright lights, so that those photos are just gonna be it's it's just bright
Just
lights, bro.
like
Like, what are you taking pictures of? It's just gonna be white. It's just full on.
hey,
But
hey,
you
hey,
know,
hey, engineers adding New York to your list. He
hey
said it's
man,
KD,
yeah.
Draymond, Jalen Ramsey in New York.
hey, but again, no, I will still give New York its props, right? Times Square at night. You got Manhattan, Harlem. If you haven't been to Harlem, you know what I'm saying, like to
Oh
just
yeah, it
understand
was.
like
I'm
the
definitely
culture,
gonna go back.
the culture in Harlem, the shopping in Harlem is super super dope. The pizza,
The,
I'll say it again. I've
yeah.
never had anything like New York pizza. There's nothing, man. I don't give a fuck what they call it out here.
Mm-hmm.
New York style, New York this, man. If you've never been to New York and never had New York pizza, it's different. That
Yeah.
shit is fire, bro. Like, but I just think that
Put some extra
overall,
cheese on that bitch. Put some extra mozzarella on that
hey,
motherfucker or something.
but overall, I think it's slightly overrated. It's overcrowded, and I think they're a little bit too busy for me. Well, maybe it's because I'm from LA, right? I come from LA where like we get up Saturday mornings, kind of stretch out, get the day going. Man, I was at a brownstone in New York, so I'm on a side street. It's Saturday morning. I come outside, motherfuckers is moving. They active. I'm like, hold on,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
seven,
Yeah.
8 o'clock in the morning. Like, hold on, bro.
No, for
Where is
real.
you going?
But
Where y'all going?
you know what it is though. It's like out here in LA. It's a little more spread out than New York. You know what
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like everybody is just more condensed out there. But what I do respect is their subway system. Like
Mm,
for me,
Yeah.
my brother said if you go to like Paris or something, it is even easier to navigate. But for me, it was like I lived there.
Yeah.
Just was able to go wherever, didn't get lost. It was really easy. But he said some motherfuckers go out there and it's like getting caught in them lights in Times Square. Bong, your eyes are bright, and
Right.
you're like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
nah, like so the subway system is something that like, and we actually do have a subway system out here in LA, y'all.
yeah,
Niggas just
it's
don't
Consistent.
not the
use it.
same.
But
Yeah,
it's
it's
it's,
the
it's,
same.
it's it's gonna take another 20 years for that shit to really, kind
Yeah,
of take
but
effect.
like you could literally like I can walk out, catch the bus. I could get on the shit bus subway combination all the way to Hollywood City Walk right now if I wanted to. Like I
Yeah.
know how to get there. But there's people who are like, "What? You could do that?" Like,
Yeah.
yes, nigga, you can catch the bus and then the subway. Like we do have that system.
Yeah.
But
Except instead, motherfuckers would be on the 405 and gridlock traffic.
Yeah.
right.
And the cold part is it benefits you when you have more than one person in the car. You can use the carpool, you can use the fast track.
Mm-hmm.
We just a bunch of motherfuckers with one person in the car. Like, nope,
Right.
I'm not taking the bus. I'm not taking the subway. Nigga, I'm
And
going to
I ain't
work.
paying for fast track.
Hey man, I'm paying. I paid for the fast track, so I got the
Man,
fast track.
Oh
hey,
shit.
so do
And,
I, bro. And
Hey,
I can't
hey,
live
hey,
and
without
I'm
it.
the one.
I've
Yeah,
been debating. I've been debating.
yeah, I
I
paid
actually
for
asked you a
it.
couple times, KP, like, man, is it worth it?
Yes,
So
Yes, yes,
absolutely.
yes.
No
I
questions asked.
can pay the 5.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
okay.
yes, yes.
will pay the 5.
Hey, let me
Yes.
tell you, man. Hey, so and I know we kind of going off topic, but fuck it. LA has cracked down on the temporary with the temporary license plates. Now they give you like that white license plate with the black temporary numbers or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So before they used to do that, you could just put like a dealer plate on the back, and it
Yeah.
would just like I bought a car from Felix, it just say Felix Chevrolet or whatever, wherever you got your car from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I rode around in my car for like 2 or 3 years with just the dealer plates on there because it was a newer model at the time, so
Hmm.
they're not questioning it, right? Oh
Yeah.
man, I used to be in the fast track. I used to be running the red light, the camera red lights. Oh man,
Can't
listen,
track
I,
you, huh?
hey, couldn't track me. Hey, and every time I knew I was running that shit, I'd do something like like throw out the peace sign.
Oh shit. Hey, I started doing the visor shit, like flip the visor down so they can't see your face. Look, sit up
we might
straight and
just get
flip the
hey,
visor. Like,
we might just get hit with the Rico.
yeah,
Oh man.
exactly. Yeah. Like these niggas telling on themselves. Hey, look, just don't do no stupid shit like wear a recognizable sweater and wear that same shit to court when your ass
Right,
get caught in
right,
that
right.
bitch. Like it wasn't me,
You
sir.
talking about me?
Hey man, hey, you got to show what engineer said about Bong, man.
Look. Oh, he say Bong is a grade A menace to society. Oh shit.
I'm running the red lights and everything.
I have never ran a red light. I've never been
Woo.
in a car with a nigga running a red light.
Oh man, that's
I've
crazy.
never seen anybody run a red light.
Man,
I
that's
haven't said
crazy.
anything.
Look at KP.
I've said nothing. I've just laughed the whole
He,
time.
he pleading the fifth.
I don't even listen to TLC Red Light Special.
Oh
Yeah.
man, listen, check me out. So let's get this motherfucker back on track. Engineer,
Oh
we
man.
spent a lot of time talking about Houston. Shout out to Houston, man. They deserve that shit. They really deserve that shit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
and and Florida, man, Florida. Whew, I respect. What was my man? He had like 35. Junior. He a junior.
Walter Clayton Jr.
Walter Clayton. Yeah.
Walter Clayton
He
Jr.
was getting
That
busy, man.
motherfucker got loose.
He was getting busy.
Golly, that motherfucker got loose, bro.
Yeah.
Like
But
that was
he's been killing the pretty much the entire tournament.
Yeah, tournament season. You know
Yeah,
what's
see,
crazy
yeah.
to me?
He's their guy.
Well,
Yeah.
and,
What's
and
up?
and not trying to, shed light on the wrong things, but back in November, Todd Golden, the coach for Florida, was in the hot seat. He had someone filed a case on him, and it's to me it's amazing what winning does. Ain't
Oh
nobody
well,
said
you know
ain't
that.
nobody
yeah.
saying
Oh
shit
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
about shit.
Yeah, you
That
know
shit
that.
is swept under the rug, under the basement, under the hell. It's under
Yeah.
hell. They didn't sweep it under hell.
Whoever
Absolutely.
trying to talk about it is getting that elbow to the mouth, like, what?
Yeah, right.
What was that? Florida
Absolutely.
won. Yeah. They won tonight. Like,
Yeah. So
Engineer wild as hell, man. Talking, I'm running for the love of the game.
bro running a
Hey,
red light for the love of the game.
what my,
Ain't
what my,
going
hey,
nowhere but a
went to a CB,
CVS.
and it ain't
hey,
even closing.
hey,
It
what,
It's a 24-hour joint. Like it's gonna be open when you get there, homie.
hey,
Like
man,
no rush.
what my boy Money Making Mitch saying paid in full. I love this shit. Nigga be feeling like one of them NBA niggas.
No, you
Bird,
feel
Oh
like
Magic,
shit!
you feel like one of the race car drivers. I feel like one of the race car drivers.
Oh
Earnhardt.
man!
Yeah. Earnhardt
Oh,
Martin, man.
Right. Uh,
say he in it for the love of the
for the
game.
love of the game, baby.
Hey,
Yes,
y'all remember
sir.
that? Y'all remember that old that Ray J shit? The love of Ray J. Are you in it for the love of Ray J?
Yes.
It's funny that you sound like you too.
Isn't that where he met his wife?
Was she on there?
Wasn't she on there? On the
Shit, might have
Princess? Was,
been.
was she on?
Ray
Might.
J, I don't want no problems, Ray J. I don't want no problems,
I'm
man.
just asking.
I want no
Hey,
problems, man.
Hey,
why would
hey,
you? Why would you have
I don't
problems?
want no problems, Ray J, because
I
you
just
know,
asked
man,
you.
you
Do you
said that.
remember?
Hey, listen, I don't want no
Do
problems.
you
hey,
remember?
I know Ray J put them paws on Exhibit at
Or
one point.
oh my god!
I don't want no problems,
hey,
Ray J. We
before
go
we go
all
I
the
any
way
just
further,
asked you if you remember Frankie Beverly. Do you remember? Come on, man. Shoot.
hey, before we go any further, and I know we about to pivot. Before we go any further, I definitely want to shout out Mercy.
Hmm.
It's Mercy Miller, right?
Yeah, with Houston. Yeah, yep,
Mercy
yep.
Yeah,
Miller.
yeah,
He came
yeah.
from what school? He
Oh,
out here in
mercy,
California, right?
mercy
Yeah,
me. Notre
school,
Dame, right?
yeah, Notre Dame in the Valley. Yep,
Yeah.
Sherman Oaks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
that is Master P, Percy Miller's son.
yes.
And who did Master P get the job with? Or he's doing something with a university, right?
Damn,
Coaching or
that
something.
that
Yes,
was on my damn
It's
page.
either athletic director or coaching. One of them, right?
I think it's a school out in in
Was
Louisiana.
it the HBCU? Was it Southern?
I think so. I think so. Yes, it's in Louisiana. It's in
You said that
Louisiana.
was in your notes, Kevin
No, it was in
Fitzpatrick.
the
It was on my it
timeline.
was on, no, it was on my for you page. I saw it real quick
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, we but
I
yeah,
think
shout out to
it
him
was
though.
definitely in New Orleans.
Oh, University of New Orleans.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. He's the president of basketball
I knew
operations.
it was something like
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
And
Okay,
Master P,
And-
just
shout out to him, man.
for the record, his son, Lil Romeo, went to SC for playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
He has nephews and another son that all play basketball and they all can hoop. I think Silk the Shocker's son
yes,
is
he
one of
does.
them, right?
Victorious is at he was at LSU, just recently hit the portal.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Victorious Miller.
the Miller family gets busy. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously Master P is known for, remember he had
The
he played
tryout with the
tryout
Hornets.
with the
Yeah.
Hornets,
Mhm.
and did his thing. And I don't know I don't know if he was connected to the Raptors at all.
I thought he was.
Okay,
I thought he got cut by the Raptors as well.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So Master P is a baller in his own right, double entendre. But you know what I'm saying. For all the young folks that only want to remember him for when his teeth start acting up at the Breakfast Club, hey, Master P is a baller on and off the court. So, yeah, he's definitely all the, all
Oh!
the, all the kids now want to recognize Master P for his damn for his damn teeth acting a fool on the Breakfast Club, but in actuality, Master P is a damn baller, man. So shout out to the Miller family, man.
Mm-hmm.
Percy,
Mm-hmm.
Mercy, Victorious,
Yeah.
Romeo.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you had mentioned. I think somebody said something about the NIL.
Yeah.
Was it?
Before we do that though, prediction for the men's championship. Who do you think is going to win out of those two teams?
Uh,
Houston and Florida.
um, man, I would probably say Florida. Florida at this point.
Hey, who knew we would make a Cinderella out of a number one seed? Houston,
Right.
Yeah.
Houston is a Cinderella story.
They are. If
Yeah.
you ask me who I would like to see win, I'd like to see Houston win.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
And
I'd like to see Houston win.
I actually know like 3 players that play for Houston.
Hey, I saw Cedric got in. He got
Yeah,
a minute. Got
yeah.
a couple fouls.
The other dude, Milos Uzan, who's the starting point guard.
Okay.
Know him as well. He played for the same club team that my sons played for. So
Okay.
we used to travel and all that stuff. Yeah, Cedric as well played on the team, and then there's another dude that's medical red shirt, Jacob McFarland. He'll be able to help them next year. So yeah, in my heart, I want Houston to win. But if I were to have to put the money on the team, I put my money on Florida. You
Okay.
know, last time Florida won was in 2007. Where was that game at? It was in San Antonio.
Hey
So
man, that Florida team had a hell of a run. Is that the team where they had all those? It was
Joakim Noah,
Noah,
yeah,
Al
Al Horford,
Horford.
yep, yeah.
Was Mike Miller on that team?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Uh, Corey Brewer was on that team as well.
Corey Brewer. Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
he came out there, got some buckets for Houston before he.
and I think what was the one dude's name? Mo Spates was on that team.
Oh shit, yeah,
Spates
Maurice
was
most
on there.
Spates. Yeah,
Okay.
Maurice Spates. Yeah, Maurice
Yeah.
Spates. So yeah,
Okay. All right, man. Well, let's talk. Still staying on college. Let's talk about this um particular thing that Bong sent in our chat about the NIL. Um,
while I was perusing the interweb.
yeah. So I know we've kind of mentioned the NIL a couple times as we've gone through the show, and how it's I think Kevin, you said it's paid off for all these schools, all these number ones that are in the mix. The NIL is paid off.
yeah.
Um, KP, you've also mentioned the portal and how kids are. When did the portal actually open? Tell us
March
that.
24th, and
March.
I want to put that on record, man. I am a supporter.
uh,
I'm a supporter.
hey, I fucks with that.
A supporter of the portal.
Yeah, I
A
fucks with that.
supporter.
I
Put it
fucks.
on a t-shirt.
I fucks with that.
Put it on a t-shirt.
So, some people like it, some people don't, right? And it affects different teams in different ways. So you have Mickey Joseph, who's the head coach of Grambling,
Yeah.
and he played at, was it Nebraska? He was a quarterback at Nebraska before. Bounced around different roles in his coaching journey. Was the interim head coach with Nebraska, I think, in 2022, and
Yes.
then got the job with Grambling in uh, last year.
Hmm.
So, first year head coach. Now he's saying that these kids jump from the lower tier programs, you know, the lower tier division ones, or FCS versus FBS.
Uh huh.
And when these kids make the jump from a program like, let's say, Grambling, his program,
Hmm.
when they make the jump to a larger program, more recognizable, one that has more NIL money, able to pay a kid a little bit more, they're at a loss. Grambling, that is, in his program. So he's like, NCAA, he should get a buyout. So a buyout should apply in the case where, a kid goes to Grambling and then ends up going to, let's say, Nebraska, since that's where he played. Do you guys disagree or agree with this buyout suggestion? Do you think that's a good idea or not?
Sounds like a man that's broke. That's talking. Sounds like so. I'm not gonna say he's broke. I'm just joking, being facetious. Um, I looked up Mickey Joseph's his salary. Right, it says that his annual salary is $325,000. $325,000. So we got that number. He just lost two players. He lost Andrew Jones, right? Andrew Jones, a linebacker, had 122 tackles, three forced fumbles, no, three sacks and a forced fumble. I want to read what
And
his
he's a he's
accolades
he's
were.
a linebacker, huh?
Yeah, I want to read. Yeah, I want to read what his accolades are. SWAC, Co Defensive Player of the Year, the Buck Buchanan Award finalist, SWAC leader and SWAC leading tackler, and he was a SWAC All American. So he hit the portal. His school of choice, the schools that were after him, let's just say that when On Three did his edits, it looked like a rainbow. He had
Wow.
everything.
Hmm.
Oregon, Michigan, Nebraska, LSU, South Carolina, just everything. So essentially, what he's gonna make he ended up committing to Ole Miss. What he's going to make this year, he's probably, I don't know. I it's safe to say he's easily gonna quadruple what his coach is making in this one season at
Now,
Grambling.
now, to be clear, I don't think that Coach was saying pay him specifically the money. He's saying pay that money to the school. Now, I'm gonna
Hmm.
preface it by saying he was in support of it.
Yes,
He
yes,
said coaches do this all the
all
time.
the time,
Coaches get bought out by schools all the time.
all the time.
Coaches do it, have been doing it forever and a day. You cannot demonize kids for
Yes,
choosing to
yes,
go and get into a better
yes.
situation, put more money in their pockets. You
And he
cannot demonize.
specifically said that part, not to demonize, but you're hitting the nail on the head with it. But he did specifically say, like, I don't have a problem with the kids, going and getting this life changing money and helping
But
their families and stuff. That's not his issue.
he's essentially saying, let us get a little buyout.
Right.
It's almost like it's
It's
almost like you get you have a little music career, you hit the ground running, and your shit takes off, and you're independent, and you got your friend that's managing you. Kanye West, I know he's,
oh man.
we don't
That's yeah.
we don't talk about Kanye anymore because of his foolishness. But in one of his songs, um, where he's like narrating like how he got signed to Rockefeller at the
Oh,
end of the
yeah.
saying at the end of the song or whatever, he talks about it how he had a homeboy that was signed to him, but then he went with a bigger record label, and basically they just paid him out for the tracks that he had made and all this other stuff or whatever. So they essentially gave him a buyout. Like, hey man,
Mhm.
listen, here's a little money for what you did, boom, 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 slide, and we gonna take it from here. And what coach is saying is, listen, give the athletic department, give the university that just left, that you're taking this talent from, give them a little, a little, almost like a finder's fee.
A kickback?
Yes, essentially a finder's fee.
So
And
how but then it's like I feel that. I'm just wondering, how do you work that out when they're not it's not a transaction that goes from directly from Grambling to Ole Miss, right? Because this kid leaves Grambling. Like as soon as he's like, I'm in the portal, he's done with Grambling. And then the negotiations and deals are between that kid and his agent and the other teams or whatever. So Grambling is done once he says I'm in the portal, right?
No, not necessarily, because he's still a student there. Even when he jumps into the portal, he's still a student at Grambling until he unenrolls and goes to Ole Miss.
So and clarify this for me. Does Grambling have to sign off on something when he says I'm entering the portal?
It's
Because
done.
remember,
Yes,
remember there was your letter of intent
yeah.
and all of that stuff back in the day.
and they don't
and
have that anymore.
and they don't have okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then
So,
that's what I'm saying. Like, so what does
but,
he have to do with Grambling other than
but he's
unenroll?
but there's yeah, I'm saying, but they're still on the hook because let's say that he had a pre-existing injury that he sustained at Grambling. As long as he's a student there, Grambling still has to treat him for that injury or whatever's going on until he is no longer a student there and is at Ole Miss.
So even when you enter the transfer portal,
Yes.
you're saying that doesn't effectively end your relationship with the
Now,
school that you're leaving.
hey,
No.
DP,
No.
we've
Okay.
seen
No.
situations where kids enter the portal and use that to negotiate with the school that they're with.
But it's an
Absolutely.
but Bong, that's what I'm saying. It becomes a negotiation at that point. But if a kid leaves and is like, I'm done with Grambling.
No,
They
essentially
ain't negotiating with
yeah,
Grambling no
essentially
more.
just the school is still on the hook until you've came up with an agreement with the other school.
That's the part I'm trying to
Yes, they're
determine.
still
So
they're still on the hook.
if the school is still in the mix, like in this case Grambling, then okay, then I would understand. Because if it were a, hey man, I entered the portal, I fill out my portal paperwork, bam, now I'm in the portal. I'm it's I don't have any ties to anybody at this point.
No, like my sons, right? They're in the portal. My younger son had a knee surgery that caused him to do a medical red shirt. He still goes in and does physical therapy for his knee with the physical therapists that work with the basketball players. So
Okay.
he's still in there using the facilities and all that stuff because again, it was a pre-existing it was a condition that took place at the actual school.
Okay.
So yeah, the the sad thing about this though is that Grambling doesn't have any money, and so it's hard for a lot of these HBCUs to continue to keep talent inward when they can't afford to pay them through the collective. And a way to kind of fix this is it would have been to get somebody like a Master P. So to get a Lil Wayne to invest, or to get
But
Baby,
again,
or to
but
Yeah.
get Manny
Yeah,
Fresh.
because who did you said you were talking about before we got on, and I don't know how much you want to jump into this. Pause.
you might
But
just get hit with the
but
Rico.
but Grand Canyon.
Yes, they got a heavy hitter behind them,
Okay, so
and they're able to throw some dollars and be competitive with NIL to bring in talent to help their team.
basically it's the money is
So
it's never
it,
gonna make it. It wasn't an even playing field, but now the
Yeah,
money
it'll,
is
it'll,
really
it'll,
like it will never be.
it will never
exactly.
make its way down to the HBCU. And
Yeah.
what we have to realize is that Deion Sanders at Jackson State was uh, Haley's Comet. It was, you know, somebody getting struck by lightning. It was
Yeah.
walk into, you walk into a liquor store and put down your last dollar and it's $100 million lottery ticket winner. Like it's a once in a lifetime thing. Deion Sanders was able to negotiate all type of deals, NIL deals for Travis Hunter,
Hmm.
his sons,
Hmm.
plural, and a lot of kids that were at Jackson State that without Deion Sanders being there would not have those opportunities. And even then, they were scraping it from local business here, such and such here, such and such here. The the game is rigged, all right?
Oh
And
yeah.
what the Grambling State coach is saying is again, what you guys are what we're all saying, it's not an even playing field. Um I may have one it's the Lamborghini inside, that's parked. You ever see that meme with the Lamborghini or the Bugatti that's parked inside the shack and everything around it is desolate, but it's just a big shiny ass Lamborghini. It's not even in the garage. It's just like a little a little
Carport.
a carport, exactly, a covered carport, right, in a shack, and it's like you guys are gonna take our only thing. If you're gonna take our only thing, and we know that we can't afford to keep him, at least compensate us so that maybe we can have a little bit of we can build up some money to better the program, and maybe down the line we're able to come and get
So
get better players and so on and so forth.
so who should be responsible for the buyout?
Whatever NIL. So if there's a
Should it be the institution the kid goes to, or should it be the NCAA itself?
no, the institution the kid goes to,
Okay.
Nah, there
they,
can't
they have
there can't be a buyout because you know what that sounds like now.
Professional sports.
That sounds like trafficking. That you're trafficking athletes at that point. We're
So
paying.
they're trafficking athletes in professional sports.
no.
No, I'm saying we're essentially paying buyouts for this player to leave here, and we're going to relocate him here to this place to where he's going to continue his education. We're going to pay you like,
Kev,
nah, that's
Kev,
trafficking.
Kev, hold on. You just we just agreed that coaches get trafficked regularly, right?
No, I didn't say that. We said that coaches. No, we said that coaches go from one job to another, but I didn't say they get trafficked.
They
No,
get
hold on.
bought out of
They get
contract.
Yeah,
bought.
they get bought out of contract.
And,
Yeah,
and let me
So
take you
it's
back to hold on, DP. Let me get it.
you called it trafficking, Kevin.
yeah.
Let me
I call it the athletes part of trafficking with the
let me
players.
But
take
the coach isn't. The
let me,
coaching isn't.
No,
let me
no.
take you back to
It's the buyout.
let me take you back to maybe a few episodes ago where you said that these college athletes are basically on 1 year deals
Hmm.
in college every year. The portal has created these athletes are no longer students first. They're athletes who are in school. Let's get
Pretty
that
much.
straight. They are professional athletes who are in school. There is money, there are tiers slotted for certain type of players and how much they get paid. Once money's involved, you're no different than the coach. You are a paid employee of the university who just so happens to go to school as well. So there's no trafficking talk. I don't think there's anything. Um, and if you highlight engineer's last comment, he speaks to the harsher side of the business, where he says it's an employee employer relationship. Apple isn't going to be happy to lose good engineers to Google, but the game is the game. I agree to an extent, engineer, because when we're talking PWI to PWI, if we're talking mid major to blue blood, right? Like then you
Yeah,
have
Apple and Google would be
yeah,
that.
like you have a somewhat of an even playing field because even these mid majors, because we don't know who went to Creighton and got their degree. We don't know who went to Northwestern and all the prestigious people that have gone to Northwestern for their journalism degrees. And
J. A. Adonde and Michael Wilbon.
you get what I'm saying? Like all these people, and what I'm saying, like I think even Mike Greenberg from ESPN, like so there's money behind it. Even the smallest school, what we think is a mid major, like may be known for something else. You talk about the funding. What about
Hmm.
these Ivy League schools? And if they really wanted to get behind funding athletics, all the fucking brainiacs and billionaires that have come from Ivy League, they could turn that shit on its head if they really wanted to.
And
And
it's
that's
crazy
something
because it's crazy because they do not do NIL.
right. Because
Yeah,
they don't have to. They don't have
yeah,
to sell that shit. Like sports is just for
secondary.
exactly.
Yeah,
So, but again, I just think that once you get the HBCUs involved, it's a different take, but it's an honest and it's a refreshing take from somebody that's in it. That's like, man, I'm about to lose my Lamborghini in the shack, right? My Lamborghini in the carport. And anytime I get a fucking Lamborghini, as Kendrick Lamar would say, my Uncle Sam, he's coming to get
Hmm.
his piece.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
every time I get a Lamborghini, you got to come get mine.
it's a sly
Like,
deal.
And I'm just saying, like, for those of y'all who are out there wondering why should these athletes make the money that they're making from schools and stuff like that. If I were to say, let's take a look at Alabama's program really quickly, right?
Hmm.
One of the top tier football programs, but their athletic department as a whole for the fiscal year of 2024, and this is Tuscaloosa News, 234.8 million in revenue.
Oh
You
my
know the football program alone made 140.6 million of that. So that's why you have um head count sports. So a head count sport would be like a football, basketball, those types of deals. Those are the ones who get your full scholarships.
that generate the money.
They
The money
those
generates money
those
generation.
are those are the ones that generate the money. So they get the bulk of the money for the student athletes, right?
Yes.
So um if you look at Alabama, that football program is paying for teachers' salaries,
The science
the
building.
yeah, school improvements, all of that kind of stuff, right? But all of the other sports fall into what they call equivalency sports, right? So that may be something that's you know maybe
Lacrosse.
a tennis, or yeah, something like that. That's it's not bringing in the dough, but the school still has that team,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, Kev, the Alabama science department came to Nick Saban when he was still coaching the team and said, "Don't you want us to study that CTE? We need a new facility. How the fuck are we gonna study CTE if we don't have a new facility?
Right.
Don't make us a new
Hey,
facility."
hey, hey, you may be laughing, but Bong, that is a legitimate point. It's like, where do you think the money is coming from for you
Yeah,
guys to fund all these advancements at your school?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not the professor who's standing there, giving a lecture to the class.
Yeah.
It's
You don't have
not.
yeah, you don't have the professor isn't generating $100 billion.
No.
and again, so when you think about like the corruption or whatever the underbelly of college athletics, now you see how a football program can carry favor with professors. Like, hey man,
Oh yeah.
I need this
Yeah.
student to be eligible. Get this motherfucker in
Yes,
line because
yes, yes. It's a dirty game, dog.
yeah, yeah,
Break
yeah.
out that Rico.
Hey, it might just been hit with the Rico.
hey, hey, but look, to put that into perspective, take 5 programs, name them, whichever you want to. You Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan,
Tennessee.
Tennessee. That's a billion right there with just those 5 programs.
Yeah,
Over a billion in the
yeah,
in the fiscal year.
yeah.
Like it's
So
there's money
so
in
but
this.
it's a dirty game for the HBCU. So
Eh,
Howard
Yes.
Howard has in basketball has what MEAC Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, whatever he
On
was,
out of there.
out of there, right?
Adios.
Absolutely.
And it's basically you're basically with introducing NIL and all these programs. You're basically saying like if you are a fledgling program, if you are a team that has typically relied on, underserved athletes, right? So
Mhm.
that's the one
Mhm.
that you may have skill, but you couldn't get the GPA right. We couldn't get you into a PWI. We will take you in. Now you can't even bank on keeping that motherfucker for a couple years. You
Right,
Not at
got
right,
all.
right.
1 year out of him, and then he's bolting or she's whatever, he or she,
Oh yeah, she is.
they're
Yeah.
bolting
Yeah.
to go and hit the
The
motherfucking
lottery.
pool, right?
The
Yeah.
lottery.
They're like, hey, listen, man, this might
Yeah,
be my only chance. The
yeah.
league may not be in my future, but I want to secure my family's, my future right now. And because they're giving out these NBA numbers, because they're giving out these, you know, like shit, you got kids in college making more than people in the G League.
Yeah,
You,
man,
the,
man.
the,
I saw a story. I saw a story about Phil Knight in Oregon. This was back in
oh
like
yeah,
2021 where they were saying so what almost 4 or 5 years ago they were talking about his donations to Oregon had already totaled a billion.
Yeah.
A billion.
oh yeah.
And they're all tax write-offs for him, and it's a selling point for Oregon. The students love to go there because of the swag, and now you're talking about money, and I'm gonna be able to just take
Right.
in all the Nike apparel and all that other stuff. You talk about the NIL and college sports and all that. Um, what's our girl from LSU, Flau'jae?
Yeah.
She said, "I'll be back for my senior year. I am not going
Of
to the
course.
WNBA.
Of
I'm going
course.
to come back here and get another bag."
That is not and that the decision from their end, it is not a tough one.
That's she's not the only one. The woman that just won most outstanding player for UConn, um, Ozzie Flood, Fudd, Ozzie Fudd. She
Mhm.
just won national, not national, most outstanding player for UConn, and she is draft eligible, but she is not entering the draft. She's expected to be a first round pick, and her and her coach are like, yeah, you need to come back to college. Gino Auriemma took it a step further and said, wait for the new collective bargaining agreement for the WNBA that starts in 2026 that'll allow players to make more money. So get your bag in college one more time
Yeah.
and then go to the WA and get another bag.
Hey, I will
Yeah, I
continue
mean,
to
why
tell
not?
y'all. I'll continue to tell y'all. Motherfuckers be trying to laugh at Angel Reese. She may be the single-handedly the one WNBA player that has pimped the league into getting off-court money.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
there's no more, as of right now, as I see, there's no more notable face in the WNBA than Angel Reese right now. No disrespect to anybody else. I'm talking about she is actively doing shit. She is asked to host shit. She's got brand endorsements. She's doing a lot. And you were talking about a league with Asia Wilson, Caitlin Clark, who, she's got her money, right? She's got all of her endorsements, so she can kind of fade to the background because let's be for real, she was never Miss Person, like she was never like Miss Personality where we want to see, hey man, we want to hear what you have to say, or we want to,
Mhm.
put you in front of all these cameras. Like just go hoop, John Stockton. But Angel Reese, Angel Reese has that type of personality to where it's like, okay, we can put her in front of the cameras and she can go, and that shit is going, get clicks and likes. So shout out to her for pimping the game because it's hard to do from a female standpoint because female sports just really, regardless, people can complain about it how it's not fair and men get paid more than women. It comes down to dollars and cents. If you can't get the viewers to buy in, you can't get paid.
Mhm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, it is the reality of the situation. But, you know, shout out to her for being able to pimp the game. Did you guys want to speak on the NCAA women's championship for a second, or
I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, I
Um,
was I was rooting for South Carolina. That's about all I got for you.
um,
They lost.
so yeah, final score
Smack.
82-59. Gino Auriemma, the coach for UConn, is the first. They are the first program to win 12 national titles, and he's won all 12 of those national titles. He was the head coach. I also think it's interesting that you know on the men's side, UConn won the last 2 years, and the year that they don't win, UConn seems to win again, but on the women's side.
Hmm.
yeah,
So, that was cool. The other thing is they beat three number one seeds this year. So they're not the first team to do it, but
Hey,
but they did do it. And one thing that I was listening to the interview with General Ariam, and he said one thing that he thought was, I don't know who they lost the scrimmage to, but I saw that they had lost their scrimmage, and he was like, he didn't think that they were going to be a tournament team. So to not think that your team is going to make the tournament to win the
Man,
championship,
that's
hey
that
man,
that
listen,
that's
man,
that's
motivational
just
talk.
telling you what he said, man.
Come
stop it.
on, man.
And
Come
Battery in their
on,
back.
man.
Stop
Uh,
and one of the other cool things is, man,
uh
is we'll talk about there's a woman by the name of
this
Becker
is
with the
this
last
is
name Beckers.
Kevin Nigajowski's report.
Hey man, Becker's final page reads champion. That is by Kevin Patton. So Becker's final page,
Oh my
champion.
god.
Uh, and,
Yeah.
hey man,
Oh my
and,
god.
and out of all the women with UConn's tournament, with all the women that made
This nigga with the bullshit now.
with all from all the women that have played for UConn,
Go ahead, nigga Jowski.
Paige Beckers has more NCAA points than any woman in UConn's women's basketball history.
Yeah, she was cooking. How
She's
how
got
long how long
she
did she
got
play?
she played 5 years, but she got hurt 1 year. Um,
Okay.
and so yeah, she had 477 points. So that's more than everybody. And she was one of 18 UConn players to play in 4 Final Fours. And she was the last one to get a title. So now out of the 18 women, they've all got titles.
Hey,
Another person I want to shout out, Sarah Strong. That's Allison Feaster's daughter. Allison Feaster, former WNBA player, retired WNBA player, also works with the Boston Celtics. She had 114 points in the NCAA tournament. And that's most by a freshman in tournament history. And she finished with 24 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists.
Mm-hmm.
So
hey,
she's only a freshman. She'll be back. They'll be back. They
hey.
will.
You're saying UConn will.
Yeah, UConn will be back.
I think South Carolina will too. I think they'll be
Oh yeah,
back in the
yeah,
mix.
for sure.
They and don't let them get nobody to transfer from the
Hey,
portal.
hey, put up engineer's last comment.
Hey, and your girl Van Lith went somewhere else too, Bong.
Oh no, she got busy this year.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying
She
she,
got
but she
busy
had
at TCU.
transferred again.
She's
Yeah.
at
She's gone.
TCU.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
she
so
at TCU. She got busy.
she's been at 3 Final Fours she's been to Final
Yeah.
Fours from 3 different schools.
Yeah.
The only player in NCAA history to
So
do
you
that.
got. I'm saying you got to put some respect on their name.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hey, I
Hell
seen her.
yeah.
I seen her cooking this year. I said, "Ain't this a motherfucker cooking?" Hey, when LSU needed your ass to cook last year, you was man, motherfucker was point shaving. But that's neither here nor there. Hey, engineer said I couldn't tell you the name of one team in college women's basketball. Engineer just put a
Right in
ladies
front of
Yeah, that is
in front of every college
awful.
men's team that you know.
That, that is awful. Because he
He
shouted out
said, "Fuck
Houston
this."
earlier on.
And then engineer said, "Lady Cougars." What? No, that doesn't
Who the
even
fuck are
sound
they?
right. Come on, engineer. Oh.
He like, who the fuck is that? Hey, but let me
Uh,
get one thing off, man. Um, shout out to the class of the 2020, right?
Mhm.
The 2020 high school recruiting class
The COVID year.
of
The
the
Angel
top
Reese
five,
and them. Yeah.
of the top 5 players in that 2020 recruiting class. 4 have won national championships.
Mm.
mm,
Paige Beckers, Angel Reese, Paige who was number 1, Angel who was number 2, Cameron Brink who was number 3, and Camila Cardoza who was number 5. The only one who did not win a national championship was the number 4 recruit in that class, and that was Caitlin Clark. So
mm.
if Caitlin Clark could have just put the team on her back, man, that'd have been a hell of a 5 for 5, man. But
Then you may
Um,
be talking about your girl Reese didn't have one, and Clark got one. So yeah, yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So we'll see what it is. Yeah, man. So that's all we got, man. That's good stuff. What I'm saying? UConn is definitely and Gino Auriemma is definitely the standard, the gold standard, as they would say, by which
He and you know what? I mean, what would have been said if Don Staley had won this one too? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
yeah,
So
she
still
she would
respect on her name. She was
Oh
classy in
yeah.
the loss. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like I say, I think they'll be back in the mix again next year. It'll be interesting to see who goes where because you got some girls who have entered the portal on the women's side also. Notre Dame was a heavy hitter this year, and I think
they got like
their
two or three.
guards are in there.
People
And
hopping in.
and another one, I think Olivia Miles could have gone to the WNBA, and I think she is foregoing that option and going back to college to hoop again. So you get some players like that to say, fuck it, I'm gonna go to South Carolina or fuck it, I'm gonna go to UConn, and now shit looks different. You know what I'm saying? So we shall
And
see. Again,
And
it's falling back to the portal and NIL.
hey,
Like,
and somewhere there's a 60 or 70-year-old coach saying, "What happened to the game I love?"
absolutely.
Nigga, the rabbit got the gun, motherfuckers. Stop playing.
Yes.
Fuck is
Yes.
you talking about?
The
Shit.
rabbit got the gun. It used to be this, you know what? I went to this that shit reminded me. The rabbit got the gun. I went to this. Oh, we were young when we went to this festival. Um, you know how they used to have the festivals at Lamert Park, and they used to
Yep.
have them at Dorsey around there. Like,
Hmm.
um, and this lady was singing uh this song, and she was like, "Gun, pick up the gun, pick up the gun, pick up the gun, and put the pig on the run." You know who she was talking about. And nigga, she had the little kids over there like, gun, pick up the gun, and everybody parents and shit. But that is like some revolutionary ass
Hell
talk
yeah.
right
Hell
you was
there,
over
boy.
you was over there singing that shit,
We
Wayne.
were.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
It was a bunch of little kids. I'm talking about we probably like 12, anywhere from 12 to 13, at max 14, but kids was just like, I'm talking about little kids too. Like, yeah, but
That's
the
right after
rabbits
the
got the
That's
gun.
that's
that's
that
right
that's
after
that
the
old
riots. That's right after
right.
the Rodney King riot.
Hey.
That's that old the Black Panther free breakfast program right there. Like
Right. That was probably the anthem in that bitch. That was probably
absolutely,
the anthem in that bitch.
absolutely, man. But yeah, man. Anywho, moving on.
Okay. Um, so I know we took some twists and turns and stuff,
Yeah.
but before we get out of here, let's talk about let's see if we can talk about Golden State real quick, because I know that's something Bong has been mentioning for a minute. Then being a contender, and then let's close with y'all squad and how
No, no,
and
no,
how
no,
they're
no.
looking.
Let's hold on, no, 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 no. We can't do that. We can't
You,
bury the
I'm
lead.
with
Let's
the
not.
Lakers.
No, let's. You can't bury the lead. Let's start with the motherfucking Lakers, man.
I mean, that's why I'm saying. I'm saying
Mm.
save the best for last. No, okay.
Man,
Let's.
you sound like you was kind of hesitant to say that, man.
We're not
It's all
gonna
right,
bury
man.
the
Go ahead.
lead.
I,
No,
was
sir.
saying that the best topic for
No, you
last.
said the best for last, man.
Yeah, the best topic.
No,
I'm
you just
referring to the best
Hey,
topic.
yeah, you just told me the best
hey.
team, but it's
I
okay.
you
All
you may think that I'm referring to the best topic.
all month, all last month, I was asking, when the fuck do the Lakers play OKC? I see what they look like against Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen what they look like against, some of these younger teams, the Memphises, Golden State for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Outside of last Thursday when
Talk to him, Bong. Come on, talk to him, Bong.
when Golden State had a great game.
Come on,
I
Bong.
want
Talk
to
to him.
see
Let me
how do
let me
we
sit
look
and endure this conversation.
I gotta get
how
some
do
shit
we
hype. Come
look
on, Bong.
when we face off against OKC, who apparently, if they won the rest of their games,
Come on, Bong.
are going to be a 70-win team.
Come on,
Check this
Bong.
out. Let's go ahead and pump the brakes on that.
Mm,
70 wins ain't happening.
mm,
Why, you may ask?
mm,
Because the Lakers, as Kirk Cousins would say, went into their trap and took over their trap.
mm,
All right? Now put a chain on that.
mm.
LA
Hey,
went
hey,
into
Bong. Bong
OKC.
was okay. Did OKC have all their players?
They had all their players.
Oh, okay. Fully
They had
healthy.
they had the MVP.
How,
Okay.
how many times have they played each other this year?
I believe that's the first time.
God, it's the second, right?
This is their first time with Luca.
How many times have they played?
One time with Luca.
Kevin Nigajowski, do you have that
Hey,
for
hey,
us?
man,
I'm saying, you're always on point.
One
Look, you
time with
always
Luca.
want to throw out all the other stats, but
One
motherfucker
time
asks
with
you
Luca.
something.
One time with Luca. Yes, they do, and they play them again on Tuesday.
Yeah, because you got to get uh the games for those that you haven't. They didn't play them all season, and I think each team plays. Is it 3 or is it 4 times?
It depends. Sometimes they're 3, sometimes they're 4.
Okay,
Either way, while
it's a
Kev's
1-1
while
split.
KP looking it up, okay. How many times have the Lakers play OKC with Luka Doncic?
1.
And then what? But then what will you say if they lose to them tomorrow?
Holla at me when we play them tomorrow.
Oh, I will, but I'm saying that if they take a L, what I mean, I don't think it really makes a big
Hey,
difference.
but let me tell you this.
I'm saying if
Hold on,
if
hold on.
Oklahoma City beats the Lakers
No,
tomorrow,
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna say that. Oh
no,
yeah,
no,
Oklahoma City about to
no.
run them out the gym.
Hey, let me tell you this though.
Okay, they've played twice this year. The first year was November 29th.
The first
OKC,
one.
yeah, OKC won 101 to 93.
Let me tell you.
That was the
Let,
first game.
let me tell you this. What better not happen is the Lakers better not beat their ass again tomorrow. Because to quote the great philosopher Uncle Shay Shay,
Mm,
Shannon Sharp
mm,
of Nightcap,
mm.
OKC, KFC, UFC,
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. And
hey,
I'm an effing Hall of Fame, Skip. Don't
hey,
forget that.
hey, man. hey,
Yeah.
listen. Hey, hey, engineer. Before you ever tapped in, before you ever listened to us, I used to talk about the Cowboys and the Lakers as being two of my kids, and the Lakers were the kid that I expected to come home with A's, right? Be on the honor roll, and when they did bad, it really hurt me because I expected more out of them. The Cowboys are the kid that if I hear the doorbell ring and hear some sirens wailing, I'm waking up like, oh, this motherfucker. Let me see. Hey, get the deed to the house, man. We got to put the deed up again. This motherfucker going to jail. So the Cowboys got me in a state where, yes, I am constantly in depression because not even to pivot to
I'm
the
in a
Cowboys.
state of manic panic. My
Hey,
bad.
not even, listen, not
That
even a
nigga is
pivot.
like, just get a D, man. They count that as passing, baby. Just get me straight.
They said they
Okay.
said they won't leave you behind.
Right.
Don't get left behind. Like what
Oh,
the fuck?
you'll get the diploma, man. Come on, man.
They don't put your grade point average on your diploma. Don't get left behind, bro. Listen,
Oh shit.
I, I'm telling you, it never fails. And I'm not talking about the Cowboys. I'm just going to make this statement. Micah Parsons said before the season was over, I want to get a deal done. I don't have to be the highest paid. I want
Hey,
to get
look,
some agents.
engineer got him started.
Yeah.
Hey, and sure enough, fast forward to this week, this past week, Jerry Jones is down talking Micah Parsons' agent, saying he don't even know the man's
Don't
name.
even know his name. Like what?
Him and Micah got a deal done together. Micah Parsons, you are not a fucking contract lawyer. What the fuck are you sitting down with a billionaire trying to hash out your own deal with? And
Nah,
it's just
nah. I
bullshit.
heard Parsons say he was not doing that.
After the fact, after Jerry Jones came out talking crazy, but then again, like I said, it still lends to, you know what I'm saying, this is the circus, right? Put on your clown suit. Jerry Jones is gonna take us all to the circus. He's Barnum and Bailey. He's, you know what I'm
Welcome
saying?
to the jungle.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? He's selling the elixir. Hey man, take this shit right here, and it can cure you from gout, ringworm, shit,
and
diabetes.
and depression.
Uh,
And-
He's telling you that snake,
and
that hey, that snake oil.
in that perpetual state of depression, engineer says Bong is in when
yeah.
Yeah,
it
man.
comes to
So
talking about the
you know,
Cowboys.
but back to the Lakers, man. The child that warms my heart. You bring me joy.
Oh man.
But
Are so do y'all have them winning the championship?
I told you there's a simple formula. The Lakers,
Do you have them winning the
I
championship?
have
I,
I have them going to the Western Conference Finals, and at that point, let's see where. Hey, let's put the chips out there and see where they
Okay.
let
I
them
didn't
fall
have
where
them
they
winning.
Yeah,
will.
I
that's what
didn't
I
have
want
them
to
winning
hear.
this
I
year.
don't want to hear none of that other shit. Do you have them winning? Thank you for that answer, Bong. KP, do you have the motherfuckers winning?
I didn't have them winning this year. I have them winning next year.
Okay.
But
But
again,
I like what we are though. I
I
like being
think they have
in
a
that 3 seed.
legitimate shot
they
I like
at
do,
winning
yeah.
the
they
West
do,
for sure.
they do.
My only thing is, I still think Boston is fucking
But but
strong, man.
but here's the problem. Here's the problem. They can only win one way. It has
Not
to be
knocking down them
It
motherfucking
has to be.
threes.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's it. You got to
yeah.
get 30 from Luca. You got to get 25 from Bron. You got to get
Yep,
a dub from
yep,
Austin Reeves, and you got to get a dub from Rui Hashimura.
yeah,
Or and now it seems like other people are like, hey, maybe tonight is Finney Smith. Tonight, Gabe Vincent decided this motherfucker wants to play basketball again. This
yeah,
yeah,
motherfucker looks like a
yeah,
competent.
yeah. If you get that,
yeah.
where was he at? Miami.
Who?
Yeah,
Gabe
If you
Vincent?
Gabe
get
Yeah,
that
Vincent. Yeah,
Miami Gabe
yeah,
Vincent,
yeah.
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
niggas is
Dorian
in trouble.
Dorian Finney-Smith
yeah, yep, 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 yep.
did his thing.
Yeah, man. So it's just like, like if that, but that team has to show up. If that team shows up, they can go toe to toe with any team in the league, including Boston. But when that team doesn't show up, they getting their ass kicked up and down the street. Which
Hmm.
brings me to the point about the Western Conference and how basically 3 through 9 are basically separated by like 2 or 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
with like 5 or 6 games left, the Lakers still
Yeah.
have a
Three,
lot
The
of
Lakers
playing
have
OKC.
the Lakers are up a game and a half.
3 through 8. It's 3 through 8, and it's 2 games. Two
Yeah.
games
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
separated 3 through 8.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nuts. That's
But
nuts.
but 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 what's more, crazy is 5 through 8 all have the exact same record,
Yes.
46 and 32.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a really
So
tight race.
if you, but again, so OKC, maybe you're better matched up against uh, a Memphis.
Everybody else. Everybody
But
else.
right. But what I'm saying is there could be a matchup. And again, Steph Golden State's team,
Oh, now we getting into it. Golden
Golden
State.
State's team has just got put together, and they look different. They look real. And
I,
I
I
don't know if anybody's lining up or raising their hand to be the one to play Golden State in the first round, because I think there's going to be some disappointment there.
right.
You think they match up well with the Lakers?
You know who
Golden
plays him in
State?
the first
Golden State.
as of right now, you know who
Not
plays him in
really.
the first round?
Who?
It's the Lakers.
I don't think. I don't think. I think the Lakers, unless you're going to get.
50 from Curry every night. Bye bye Warriors.
But I don't think. But I don't think it ends with them playing the Lakers, and I don't think. But I think there's a lot of teams that if they run into Steph and Golden State, they could be on the short end of the stick. And again,
Oh,
it goes to
look,
show
engineer says, "Hey now, we just beat them on Friday." Talking about
Houston.
the
young
Rockets.
Rockets.
Hey, listen, engineer, if I were to point out pretenders in the Western Conference, the Rockets might be number 1.
Ooh,
Although Udoka deserves the
I
coach of the
like
year.
what he's done
He
with the
deserves coach of the
squad,
year. Yeah.
but they are number 2. Do you really see them as making a deep run in the playoffs?
still
Even though
young.
they're ranked number 2,
Still young. They're still too young.
and again, I don't think you look at if you're really breaking it down. I spoke up on the Ja Morant situation, like he's cooking, but the Grizzlies, if they don't fall out of the all the way into the abyss and be in that play in and don't even make it, if they're in there, I don't. They're one of those teams that are 46 and 32. I don't really think they're going to make a
Hey,
deep run.
Yeah,
hey,
that's the problem. John Moran is cooking, but he's cooking grizzly, and nobody eats bear. No- Nobody's lining up
Hey,
like
look,
we don't eat
hey,
bear. We eat bear claws, but that ain't real bear. Like this
hey,
man's cooking
hey,
bear, and nobody eats that.
hey,
listen.
hey, hey. Look, engineers, like we'll have to see. Engineer, look, and I listen. I like the energy that the Rockets have. The young squad, they go after it. It's just, I'm just saying, and the reason why I'm saying pretender is like when you look at somebody and they're doing so well in the regular season, they're ranked so high, and you're like, oh, you
There's
know,
an expectation.
exactly. A number 2 seed, like I won't be surprised if they don't do anything like
If they
get
lose to the
past the
seventh
first round.
seed, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
Look, Hinch. Let me go and give you their equivalent on the other side, Cleveland, like the Cavaliers. Like I don't know. I'm just maybe they surprise me. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put
But
it to you like this. As an aside, John Morant and Anthony Edwards are two players that the league fucking hates so much because they're so good. But the minute that talent slips, even a second, I'm
Oh,
talking about even if we see
ah,
any kind of like downturn in the talent level,
yeah,
they're out. They're
yeah,
out. Hey,
yeah.
John Morant hit him with the little gun post. He
um,
hit him with the gun post on like a Monday or something. The league warned
got
him.
the
He,
warning, and that nigga said, "Hey,
hey, hey,
where's
that's
Adam
crazy.
Silver? Is he in the
Hey,
stands?"
right. hey,
Oh,
hey, and then hit a game winner. Then on the other end, you got Anthony Edwards, his crazy ass. He like, listen,
hey, hey,
I,
go ahead, boss.
I, I don't want the
Do your
baby
thing.
mama drama. Listen, give me the 18-year total. What's the 18-year total?
Hey, run
Here.
my tab. Run me my tab. Run me my tab. I'm out this bitch. Like,
He gave her the 18-year total. Like, bitch, do never call me.
Hey,
You never speak that child's name to me.
Hey man, that's a game changer.
She.
if you
That's
if
it.
you
That's
got
it.
if you got the bread to do
Yeah,
it,
yeah. That's what I mean.
but
That's a game changer.
I know we're not gonna go into that because that's but
Yeah.
I heard old girl moved to California
Oh
to
yeah, to try to get
to
more
try to
money.
stick him up with the
Yeah.
how
The
shit
judge was
is
like,
out here.
judge. The
Yeah.
judge is like, take
Like,
your
hold
ass,
on, where'd you guys fuck?
take your ass back to Georgia.
Where'd you have that baby?
Like, hold on, you ain't slick. You was out there in Macon, Bacon, Georgia.
Making love in Macon, Georgia. Get your ass back there.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. You can't even spell California.
Oh man.
Make it. Oh my
Make,
god.
make it, make it,
Make
make
it,
it, make
make
it.
it.
Oh,
Hey,
oh, man. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
oh girl, trying to stick I mean, excuse me, trying to stick Ant up, and Ant paid her out, and she's gonna blow through that money
Oh
probably before
man.
that kid is 5 years old.
Oh
BMF, right? The
shit.
Right,
blowing money
right.
fast.
Blowing money. Hey,
Hey man.
and Ant is gonna tell her, do never, hey, don't.
Hey, it's it's crazy. It's crazy because I see a lot of posts about this.
Yeah,
And I've seen women jump in the comments and say they have no sympathy for the woman.
because she presenting herself as a gold digger who was out to get money.
A 39-year-old woman that got with a young, 22-year-old, 21-year-old, whatever, however old he was.
And I mean at any point, and this is, I have to put this out there because we're fathers who, try to do what you gotta do regardless of the circumstance. Like, you did smash, dog. She is prego, so it's not the kid's fault. I know sometimes it gets rough out there, and then there are women who are trying to prey on dudes like that who got bread and make moves to Cali
It's a
and
dirty
do shit
game.
like that. It's a dirty game.
It's
But
a dirty.
I was just saying, there's women out there who are actually speaking up on that, like recognizing that and saying they do not have sympathy for her.
Yeah, hey, listen. The thing I used to love about the game, right? And I never played like this is high level. This is high level, net worth, high value gamesmanship when you start talking about women, men, and women at that level, right?
Yeah.
What happened to the game I love? That used to be the game. It was like, hey man, listen, gold diggers is out to get what they can get. NBA dudes understand the game. They may pay to deal with it. Sometimes you get caught up with the pregnancy thing, and that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like playing Monopoly. Hey, go directly to jail. Do not collect $200. Do not pass go. Woo, woo, woo. That's it's part of the game. Leave that game to the high net worth, high value individuals because it's a different game, man. It's the reason that somebody like a Shaq can stay married to his wife, even though he has publicly had all types of infidelity and all that. It was part of the game. That was part of the game. You know what I'm saying? In
And is it
2025, I think we've changed up some of the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that?
they're
Hey,
changing.
that's why I was gonna say, and in
The
2025,
rules are wild now.
and that's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say in 2025. That's the reason why you got Jaden Daniels' mama jumping in the mix, separating
yeah,
Juju and Jaden Daniels and any other chick or woman or
yeah,
whatever you want to say is that's trying to get at him.
yeah.
She's saying
I,
she knows the game.
I
But
didn't
the
look
thing
at it
about
like
it,
that. Yeah,
I'm messing with you,
but
man. I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, but they do say that his mom is not
Oh yeah, she
playing
said it.
that shit.
She said it. Yeah, she
Yeah,
did say that.
that's just shit. That's at the end of the day, unless they live in the same bedroom.
yeah. There's nothing she can do about it.
Now Jaden got all
Jaden
that
probably got a
bread.
couple holes out there. That's already like.
Hey, listen.
No, I'm playing.
And with all that bread he got, he still got to sneak him through the window. Like, hey, come on, hurry up. God damn, I told you.
That nigga
Take the fucking heels off.
tying sheets together, dropping them out the window.
Right. Come on, Rapunzel.
This not ain't
So,
tight enough.
man, shit. So, the game is the game, man. Got to evolve with it. So
Yeah,
all the high value these future NBA and NFL and MLB players out there. I think Vlad Guerrero Jr. He just signed him a 15-year, $500 million
Oh
deal.
my gosh.
Baseball money,
Oh
half
my
a billion.
gosh. Know that they praying on his downfall right
hey,
now.
listen,
Oh man,
Breathing.
NBA is about to be at half a billion.
Yeah.
Those
yeah,
contracts are approaching.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So but anyways, I don't even know how we got there, but
Yeah, we here.
hey,
we
hey,
we
we here, baby.
we here.
at the end of the day, if we going back to where it all starts, man, protect the college athletes, man. These dudes is coming into this money like that. Protect the
Yeah,
college athletes, especially the ones coming from single parent household, no parent household. You know what I'm saying? Being raised by their aunties and uncles and grandmas and grandpas and all that other stuff, man. There needs to be financial literacy courses that they must take during college to teach them about the pitfalls. The
absolutely.
motherfuckers that didn't watch the NFL, that didn't watch the ESPN 30 for 30 about how most NFL players go broke and shit like
Mhm.
that. Like, you've got to try and set these kids up. And it's why I respect a Deion Sanders and the way he runs his program is that he gives them the real life side of things. He kind of
Mhm.
like tries to tutor them as opposed to like a lot of these kids where whether you have that relationship with a coach. And now remember, they're on these 1 year deals now. So you're not even building that relationship with your coach. You're just in there. It's a business transaction. I'm going to come and get loose. And if me and this coach have a good relationship and the school can afford to pay me more next year, if I outperform my shit, I'll stay. But if not, I'm on to the next thing.
Yeah,
Protect
yeah.
the athletes, protect the college athletes, man.
But you know
Because,
what? That will never happen if you have coaches who are just looking for the next trafficking deal, as KP puts it, or
right.
the next buyout. Because look, Bong, from what you're saying, you know, if I'm a coach who cares about the kids, right? I'm gonna say, hey man, as part of, you're turning this NIL over to the schools to administer. As part of my program, I need all the players to go to, a bi-weekly financial literacy course
Yeah,
as a requirement for getting your NIL disbursements or
yeah,
something like that. Like, you can put that shit into the
yeah,
deals if you really
yeah.
cared like that. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? But it's a money moving thing, and it's just moving pieces all over the place and just throwing money, you
Yeah,
know. And it's
yeah.
like you say, you would hope, because I don't want to see them get rid of the portal. I
No,
think I think the portal should stay because
yeah,
it's giving the kids something that should have been done years ago. But,
yeah,
I would like to see some of the, like, like what you just said, some things like financial literacy courses and things like that come into play that actually protects the kids and helps the kids. Like, you got
yeah,
all this money, now what do how do you manage it properly?
yeah, yeah. And what happens if there's no NBA, there's no NFL behind
Right.
this? Like now, you definitely need to protect your investment, or else you'll be out here.
Yeah, because it's life changing.
Yeah.
It's life changing money that these kids are getting. So
And kids, please, if you get this money and you don't make it to the league, you do not have to put it in the streets. You do not have to turn into the dope man.
Rent a
There's
spoon.
other ways.
Rent a
Rent a
spoons.
spoons.
Rico,
You
you
bring the
do
food.
not.
You bring the food, we'll rent you the spoons. But you do not have to put money like that's like always like the downfall. Like, man, somebody was trafficking 73 pounds of
Hey
marijuana
man,
across the state line.
you
Motherfucker,
don't want to meet your distant cousin Rico.
yeah, yeah,
Stay away from that nigga.
Yeah, man.
He ain't no good.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he trying to meet the whole family after that.
yeah.
Right.
Uncle Sam, Rico, Pete, motherfucking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Oh shit. All right, man. Well, shit. Hey.
There you go. There you go. Before we bounce, you go, tell him, engineer. You know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah. Buy
Buy
you
some
some
index
index funds, some rental
rental.
properties. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? Shit
yes.
that appreciates with value.
You know.
Guns and butter. Little dumb motherfuckers.
Nah, Omar Gooden was feeling that when he was saying it. He was like,
Oh shit.
Nah, that was Big Rain.
no, I
Yeah, when he was
said he was feeling it. He was like,
yeah.
guns
Oh
and butter.
man.
Okay,
Yeah,
guns and
yeah,
butter.
yeah.
Ah. Oh shit. All right, man. Hey, Bong. Before we get out of here,
Absolutely.
what do
Please,
we need him to do?
please like, share, and subscribe. The
Hey,
Holy Trinity.
can I ask you a question, Bong?
Indeed.
Is there a fourth one we could throw in there? Can we tell them to comment?
Yeah.
Mm. So
Mm.
what are
Yeah.
we gonna call what do we call this four deal thing if we change it to the like, share, comment, subscribe? What do we call that then? We had the Holy Trinity. Now what is this? What is this?
That's the quad up. You got to quad up.
Yeah. Or the 4x4, man.
Okay,
Okay.
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 I go with
Yeah.
the 4x4.
Four by four,
Yeah.
Bong.
I go with the
Yeah,
four by
man.
four.
Yeah, give us the 4x4, man. He-
Buy one. Wait, buy three, get one free. We need you to buy three, get one free.
Absolutely. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. We
Absolutely.
love the engagement. We love the engagement. That shit is super cool, man. Even when motherfuckers get disrespectful in the comments, man, I take that shit with a smile and I say some slick shit back. But we love the
Yeah.
engagement, man. That shit keeps us sharp. It keeps us on our toes and make sure that what we're saying, what we're telling y'all, we can stand behind. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like if I
Right.
can
Oh,
say that shit, I'm gonna stand behind it.
and
Yeah.
one
Oh
more
man, we
thing.
be going back and forth.
One,
Yeah.
one more thing. It was a couple weeks ago. It might have been a month actually. There was a Red's Barber Shop that jumped in the live.
Oh yeah.
And on the live, I said that I was going to go down there to San Diego to hit up Red's Barbershop. Well, yesterday I went. I didn't get my hair cut because he couldn't fit me into the schedule. But I did go down there, did show love. So yeah, and I'm gonna go back down there at some point and I'm gonna get a haircut. But I did make my way down there. So
Shout out, shout out,
Shout
shout
out,
out.
shout out to Reds.
Absolutely, man. And shout out to shit. Shout out to KP for getting his ass down
Yeah.
there, getting on
Yeah.
road and getting down to San Diego, man. That's dope as
absolutely.
shit.
Yeah.
That's super dope,
Absolutely.
man.
So
And
when
I
we
can see,
say we're gonna
I
do
see,
something,
yeah,
I
we're
said
gonna do it.
I said that when you said it, I said,
Yeah.
Red, he gonna bring his ass down there. So be ready.
hey, Red seemed like he was genuinely happy for the interaction, man. That shit
Oh
was super.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Hey,
Yeah,
and we ain't seen Red since. Where the fuck you at, Red?
yeah. Red,
He's Red
hey,
said my office hours up front.
9 to 5.
Bye.
Absolutely. You
Oh
already
shit.
did.
Well, all right, y'all. We out at two peas in a bong, man. We out of here.
Peace.
Thanks.